Hey everybody, my name's Luke and today I'm going to draw this guy right here. So stay tuned. Alright, welcome back everybody to another sketch series. Today I'm going to be working on, as you saw there, Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. One of my favorite cartoons as a kid, one of the coolest movies I ever saw as a kid, and now I just really enjoy drawing them from time to time. Usually when I get bored or I don't know what to draw, I'll draw a Ninja Turtle because it's got a lot of nostalgia, it's got some human attributes to its anatomy and layout, but also just enough different to keep me on my toes and keep me trying new things. As you can see here, I already laid down the sketch before I started the video. I actually did the sketch late at night. It was, I believe it was midnight. I was waiting for my sister-in-law. She was going to spend the night, and I just decided to draw a Ninja Turtle sketch while I was waiting, and I didn't want to finish it because I thought I would record it as a video. And as you can see here, I decided to do Michelangelo because he's probably the Ninja Turtle with the most recognizable personality. If you watch movies or the TV shows, they've kind of given Raphael a mean, grumpy personality, and Leonardo's kind of the hot-headed personality, and Donatello more the nerdy personality. But back in the older cartoons, they were all kind of goofy and they all had similar personalities, Michelangelo being the one that stood out the most as the fun one. So I decided to draw him flying through the air with his nunchucks. I'm pretty sure that's the wrong weapon. That's the wrong way to say that, but whatever. And just to give it a little bit more flair, I gave him some headphones so he could be jamming out to some music while he's kicking some butt to some Foot Clan or something. Now, a couple of things to note about this sketch before we get into the colors and all that. I like the majority of the sketch, and as you can see there's a couple of places where I really felt it fell apart, and a couple of places where I felt it came together. The entire left side of the sketch I feel looks really cool. It looks solid all the way up to his face, but the shoulder, what would be the right side of the page, his shoulder and arm extended there, and his other foot that extends forward. His foot should have gone much further forward, and his shoulder should have been further down. So it should have been tucked away kind of at an angle. And I didn't do that. I try to correct it a little bit with pen when I come in here by lowering his arm a little bit, as you can see there. But I did not do enough correction, so I felt like the right side of the sketch kind of betrays the left side. And it makes it look not as complete, not as natural as it should look. As for the overall feel of it, I felt it's very kinetic. Whenever I draw the turtles, instead of drawing them very round, I like to draw kind of rough shapes and rough edges, just to give it more of a kinetic feel. I've realized that the more circular, the more round you make your shapes, the more stationary they feel. If you take, for example, a circle, and you just leave it as a circle, it just kind of looks like a ball sitting there, for example. But if you then kick the ball and you were to take a picture of the ball while it's being kicked, you would notice that the ball would be compressed into an oval. So squeezing some shapes and giving some points and giving some elongations really helps sell the idea of kinetic energy, of something in motion. Right now I'm just going in with a medium. I think this is a 0.7 fine liner pen, just to give it a little bit of an outline. My brush pens all broke. They all stopped working, and they got clumpy. It's a nightmare. I don't want to deal with them right now. And just thought I'd give it a little bit of an outline before I throw down my colors. When outlining, I try to stay to the silhouette and not really outline anything else, but I will outline things that go over other things. For example, the leg on the left side is going on top of his torso, so I'm going to outline that a little bit. And I'm going to outline the jawline and a couple things like that, just to show dimensionality to my drawing. Again, the whole purpose of outlining, of doing thick and thin lines, is to give the drawing dimensions, proportions, give it shape. Remember, we're drawing into a 2D page, so we have to allude to shape by whatever means necessary. That could be a combination of line thick and thin, as well as a combination of colors. And for some people, it's just the colors that will give it the shape. Now as for the colors, I came in with a citrus here. Now I'm coloring here on this is a tan paper from a Strathmore Tone Tan sketchbook. So the citrus is usually a brighter green, but because it's on this tan page, it comes out much darker. As you can see here, I'm just going to lay a flat light green on everything, and then I'm going to go back later and add my darks. So that's kind of the feel that I'm going to go with everything. I'm going to lay down my orange here for the bandana, because Michelangelo, he's the orange one, of course. And you notice that when you lay down this color, the marker looks brighter than the actual color on the page, because the tan page kind of absorbs a lot of the brightness, so we get a very dark image. As for the shell, I didn't really have a nice green to use for the shell, so I decided to use a base of a darker brown, and then later go in with a green and give it the green tint on top of a brown. Here I'm going in with a different orange. This is a more vibrant orange, and doing the nunchuck handles and doing the bandana again, just to make sure that that orange really, I'm selling that color on the page. Now as you can see here, now we're going to go in with a little bit of a gray marker and do the headphones. I decided to make that totally different color than anything else on the page. By the way, I skipped over that little shape in the background. I felt like it would be boring to just watch me shade in, what is that? Some kind of a trapezoid shape. As for the little, they all wear little sashes on their bellies. I don't know why exactly. Maybe to hold their weapons, I guess. And I gave it all the same kind of color. I try to go with very similar color schemes. If I throw a color on the page, I'd like to throw that color again somewhere else. So the sash is the same color as the wraps on their arms and legs. And just kind of stick to motifs like that. Now I'm going to throw down here some darker colors on top of this, just to darken the drawing and just kind of give it a little bit of roundness. So I'm going to throw down a little bit of dark on the wraps. Usually on the wraps, I just trace whatever lines I drew down with my pen, and it gives it kind of the sensation that one thing is laying on top of another. And as for the shell, remember I said that I dropped a dark brown, and then I'm going to drop a green on top, and you see that it has a very good end result there. And here I'm coming in with a darker, I think this is like a forest green, and I'm going to drop that on top of my citrus green just to give it a blend of two colors here, so that we can get a little bit of depth and shape and form to the legs and to the muscles and to all the skin of this turtle here. When drawing the turtle's anatomy and what muscles to shade and which way to shade them, I imagine that they're just human, because often the way they're drawn is as humanoid turtles. They're not really drawn with turtle type muscles. If you ever look at the anatomy of a turtle, it's totally different than what the Ninja Turtles actually have. So stay away from that and just draw some human muscles on top of a turtle and you'll be fine, I think. And now just laying down some darks and a couple more highlights here on the shell, and just kind of taking a step back to look and say, what am I missing here? Going to try to pop out that orange a little bit more, and I'm pretty much done at this point. So this is the final piece here. The image came out okay. I'm very happy with it so far. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you want, you can check out the last video I posted in the link below. There's also Facebook, Instagram, and Etsy links provided here for you to check out and hopefully see some stuff you like. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you soon. Take care.